Picture this. Camels in Spain! Yes, you heard that right. Camels, the iconic desert animals, were once a common sight in parts of Spain. Hey guys, did you know that for centuries, parts of Spain looked more like Morocco than, well, Spain? The influence of Moorish culture was so profound that it transformed the landscape and architecture. We're talking camels strolling through Cordoba, minarets gracing the skyline, and bustling markets filled with exotic goods. And a whole different vibe going on. What's up with that? The Moorish period brought a fusion of cultures, creating a unique blend that still fascinates historians today. Buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through history, the Reconquista. This was a time of intense conflict and dramatic change. Think Game of Thrones, but with less dragon fire and way more sunshine. Imagine knights in shining armor, grand castles, and epic quests. It's a story of epic battles, cunning rulers, and strategic alliances. The Reconquista was a series of campaigns by Christian states to recapture territory from the Moors, and a clash of cultures that shaped Spain for centuries. We'll meet brave knights, wily kings, and experience the tension and drama of this pivotal era. And maybe even a queen or two. These queens played crucial roles in the political and cultural shifts of the time. So grab your imaginary swords and get ready to explore the Reconquista. A story that's more exciting than a flamenco dance-off, filled with heroism, betrayal, and triumph, and twice as important to understanding Spain today. The legacy of the Reconquista is still evident in Spain's culture, architecture, and even its language. Okay, let's rewind to the year 711 AD. The Visigoths, who weren't exactly known for their hospitality, were ruling over Spain. Enter the Moors, a Muslim army from North Africa, who were like, "Hola, amigos. Mind if we crash here for a bit?" The Visigoths, being terrible hosts, said, "No way, Jose." But the Moors, being pretty good at that whole conquering thing, swept through Spain like a warm breeze. Okay, maybe not a breeze, more like a sandstorm of awesome. They established a dazzling civilization called Al-Andalus. And guess what? Al-Andalus wasn't some backward backwater. It was a beacon of learning, art, and science, while the rest of Europe was still figuring out indoor plumbing. I mean, these guys invented algebra, for crying out loud. Fast forward a few years, okay, a couple of centuries, and things started getting interesting in the north. The landscape, rugged and untamed, was about to become the backdrop for a pivotal moment in history. Up in the Cantabrian Mountains, a dude named Pelayo decided he'd had enough of this whole Moorish occupation thing. He wasn't just any guy. He was a leader with a vision and a burning desire for freedom. Pelayo, probably rocking a sweet beard and a fierce glare, rallied his buddies and scored a surprise victory against the Moors at the Battle of Covadonga in 722. This wasn't just a skirmish, it was a statement. It wasn't exactly the Battle of Helm's Deep, but it was a start. The victory, though small, was monumental in its significance. This little victory was like lighting a firecracker under the Reconquista. It ignited a spark of hope and resistance that would burn for centuries. Word spread faster than a Justin Timberlake meme. News of the victory traveled far and wide, inspiring others to join the cause. Hey, you know what's cooler than paying taxes to the Moors? Not paying taxes to the Moors. The idea of freedom from oppressive rule was incredibly appealing. Christian kingdoms started popping up in the north like mushrooms after a spring rain. The Reconquista was on. These new kingdoms were determined to reclaim their land and heritage, setting the stage for a long and arduous struggle. Now, the Reconquista wasn't some quickie war. It was more like a marathon, spanning over 700 years. There were times when the Christians pushed south, and times when the Moors pushed back. Picture it, castles changing hands like hot potatoes, knights jousting for glory, and enough drama to make a telenovela blush. We're talking epic battles like Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212, where a Christian coalition crushed the Moorish forces, changing the course of the Reconquista. And let's not forget the heroes, legends like El Cid, a real-life action hero who fought for both sides, talk about playing both sides, and King Alfonso VI, who captured Toledo, the former Visigoth capital, in 1085. These guys were the rock stars of their time. Section 5. Isabella and Ferdinand, Spain's power couple, Royalty Edition. Okay, fast forward to the 15th century. The Reconquista was in its final act and the stars of the show? Isabella of Castile and Ferdinand of Aragon, aka Spain's original power couple. Think Jay-Z and Beyoncé, but with crowns and a lot less bling. These two were like the ultimate power move. They got hitched in 1469, uniting their kingdoms and creating a united Spain. They were like, 2 kingdoms? That's cute. We're going to need a bigger map. Isabella and Ferdinand were all about that Reconquista life. They poured resources into the war effort and even commanded armies on the front lines. Talk about a hands-on monarchy. Section 6, 1492, a big year for Spain, and not just because of Columbus. Now, 1492 was a pretty big year, even by Reconquista standards. Why? Because that's when Isabella and Ferdinand finally captured Granada, the last Moorish stronghold in Spain. After over 7 centuries, the Reconquista was officially over. Cue the confetti and the victory dance. But wait, there's more. That same year, some dude named Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue and stumbled across America. Coincidence? I think not. With the Reconquista in the bag, Spain was free to flex its muscles as a global power. The Reconquista had a major impact on Spain's identity. It fueled a sense of national unity and religious zeal, which would shape Spain's destiny for centuries to come. Section 7. The legacy of the Reconquista, from architecture to attitudes. The Reconquista wasn't just about winning back land. It was a cultural clash that left its mark on everything from Spain's architecture to its language. Ever wondered why Spain has so many stunning castles? Thank the Reconquista. Those weren't just for show, they were strategic strongholds during the war. And those beautiful mosques that were converted into churches? Yep, remnants of the Moorish era. Even the Spanish language got a Moorish makeover. Words like almohada, pillow, and azúcar, sugar, come from Arabic. So the next time you're fluffing your pillow and dreaming of churros, remember the Reconquista. Section 8. But wait, there's more. Fun facts and crazy tales from the Reconquista. Now, let's dive into some fun facts and crazy tales from the Reconquista because, let's be honest, history is way more fun with a little spice. This period wasn't just about battles and conquests. It was filled with unexpected alliances, daring escapades, and moments that would make even the most seasoned historian raise an eyebrow. Did you know that El Cid, the legendary Spanish hero, was actually fighting for the Moors when he scored some of his most famous victories? Yes, the same El Cid who is celebrated as a Christian hero. His real name was Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar, and his story is a fascinating blend of loyalty, betrayal, and sheer military genius. Talk about a complicated relationship. El Cid's life was a roller coaster of shifting allegiances and dramatic battles, making him one of the most intriguing figures of the era. And how about this? During the Siege of Lisbon in 1147, a bunch of English crusaders showed up on their way to the Holy Land and helped the Portuguese capture the city. Talk about a detour. These crusaders were supposed to be heading to Jerusalem, but ended up playing a crucial role in the Reconquista instead. These are just a few of the crazy tales from the Reconquista. The period is filled with stories of unexpected heroes, strange bedfellows, and epic battles that shaped the course of history. It's a period chock full of larger-than-life characters, surprising twists, and enough intrigue to rival your favorite Netflix series. From the legendary El Cid to the unexpected English Crusaders, the Reconquista is a treasure trove of historical drama and adventure. Section 9. The Reconquista, not always black and white. Now, before we wrap things up, it's important to remember that the Reconquista wasn't some fairy tale with clear-cut good guys and bad guys. It was a complex historical process with its fair share of messy moments. While the Reconquista is often portrayed as a triumphant retaking of Spain, it's important to acknowledge the forced conversions, expulsions, and persecutions of Jews and Muslims that went down. Not exactly a shining moment for tolerance and religious freedom. The Reconquista is a reminder that history is rarely simple and often involves difficult and uncomfortable truths. Section 10. So, what's the big deal about the Reconquista anyway? So there you have it, folks, the Reconquista, a wild ride through Spanish history. But why should you care? Well, for starters, it's a heck of a story. It's got everything from epic battles and legendary heroes to political intrigue and cultural clashes. But more importantly, the Reconquista shaped Spain into the country it is today. It influenced everything from its language and architecture to its national identity and place on the world stage. So, the next time you're sipping sangria in Seville or marveling at the Alhambra, remember the Reconquista. It's a story that continues to echo through the centuries, reminding us that the past is never truly past.